Hey guys, welcome back to the EA Sports FC 24 Stevenage career mode episode 6 already. It's been almost a week since I've been uploading this series. Of course, it's not as popular as the Arsenal career mode, which I kind of expected it, but honestly, to be honest, personally for me, I think this is quite a fun series to play. First of all, you just don't know any of the players at all. You don't know the majority of them. I only known two of them in the group, McNeil, which I did use him last year in my career mode, kind of an off-screen career mode that I did. And also, Harvey White, the former Tottenham Hotspur player. And those the only two players that I know of. Other than that, the whole squad, it's a big squad, by the way. This team, I believe the team might have around 30 different players, which is a problem at times because you try and satisfy all of them. You try to make sure that everybody try to get involved with the group sometimes, but honestly, just really tough at times just to figure out who to play. And I realized for the past few episodes, I haven't been really talking about the individual players that I have, and of course, some of them perform amazingly. I think after the change of tactics, the implementation of the tactics, which makes us at times very easy, to attack. And for the opponents, it might be a little bit too difficult to defend because the fact that we were playing 4-4-2, not a very conventional 4-4-2, by the way. We're playing diamonds in the middle, and I kind of switch everybody in the middle to the point where they are, they're very good. They're able to, run past and move, and a lot of times we just kind of throw in tackles like that. And look at this goal over here. Presley, it was just a very simple play, but McNeil, this guy cannot be dropped at the moment, or he's just on fire right now. I mean, every time he comes on, no matter what, he always does a good job for us. Whether it's a win or lose, always make an impact, and he did there exactly. It was a very eventful game against Leighton Orient, but it was a 4-3 in the end. So, unfortunately, one of the players picked up an injury. I believe Liz picked up an injury, 5-day injury. Later on, looking at the Youth Academy report, still, we're not looking pretty good in terms of scouting report. We don't get quite a bit of a reception from it at times, but looking at Scotland again, just a few of them, I might have decided to let them to stay for a little bit just to see how they are going. And Jack Robinson looking very good, 16-year-old, but with the value of, 550k, around 50-something rated. But again, not a lot of them are ready to play, to be honest. But honestly, I realized in order for your players to grow fast, you have to sign the right coach for that. And I've been looking for the real or good coaches so far, but it's just really hard to find one. But look at that, Elijah Spencer, 62 rated, with the potential from 90 to 94. Even, was it Jack Carroll? I don't think that's Jack Carroll. I don't know his first name, but looking pretty good, 78 to 94. And we picked up a couple of good young players as well, which to the point where they're not quite ready yet, but there's only one player in my mind right now. It's the fact that I hope Elijah Spencer will be ready and play for us. Once he turns 16, he is going to be thrown into the starting 11 straight away. There's no different types of bullshit. I'm not gonna rotate him as much as possible. I just think that he is pretty much the special one that we have there. I mean, 62 rated left back from potential 90 to 94. You don't often see that, especially in this career mode where focusing on the youngsters is pretty much a must at the moment. But I think because I've disabled the transfer window, that's why we're not getting much youngster for the first half of the season. But we all know that this is the month of December, and I realized that we haven't been playing a lot of cup competition. To be honest, I thought we were gonna play a little bit more in between weekends, and so far I think the congested fixture is still relatively manageable at times, and we don't have to switch a lot of players at times. So pretty much I've been throwing out the starting 11 quite a bit, the same starting 11 the majority of the times. I don't rotate the squad a little bit too much. And we receive a message from West Ham United saying that Hagi it's complaining about his appearance for the club. But again, I think I play him in the Carabao Cup. I think we lost instantly by a few goals to one or something, and I realized, you know what, if we really want to compete in all different competition, I know it's a long season. I know there's so many competition and games to be played in this season. I feel like, you know what, I have to put the best keeper out there. Yes, we do have a 53 rated, youngster on the bench or in the youth academy report. 17-year-old. Pretty much he is ready to be called up at the moment. But right now, Ashby Hammond is currently 65 rated. Do I want to risk to drop that 12 rating just to accommodate a youngster? I probably don't want to do that at the moment. At least 55, 56, where I would consider doing that, or at least when we go to a new season, then we're gonna do that for sure. But at the same time, I know there are quite a bit of very good youngsters out there in real life. Young kids, young goalkeeper out there. And you guys have suggested one of them to me as well, so I'll be looking into that. And by the way, next month is the January transfer window, where pretty much we are going to make some signings from now. We don't have much, to be honest. We don't have 1 million, a little bit of 1 million plus. We need to sell a few players if we can, and certainly a couple of players, actually more than a couple of players, the contract is coming to an end very soon. By the way, we have reached 23 games already, which means we're halfway through the league season, the League One season, and right now we just have to play the remainder of the 23 seasons. How difficult can that be, isn't it? I mean, to retain the first spot at the moment, it can be very difficult. It can be very mentally draining at times, but we just have to go through. That's why we need to make the signing, just to refresh our brain, refresh our squad a slightly bit. And right here, we're playing against Peterborough once again. It's a weird fixtures, I think. I realized we were playing a couple of teams twice in today's episode, and both of them are in league games as well. And of course, last time out against Peterborough, we drew 1-1, but today it's going to be a different story. List had equalized the game. We're at home turf this time, so hopefully everything will turn out to be good. 32 minutes in, List retrieving the ball, crosses the middle to Jamie Reed, and this guy hasn't been talking enough. I've been focusing a lot on McNeil, on List, but Jamie Reed has been a revelation for the squad. I hope that, there's some players I might extend the contract. By the way, Teaserhead, I'm going to extend a few players' contracts. Some of them might not be featured or might not be signed at the moment or might not be extended. And right here, that was a very good defensive display. In a bit, for a while, I haven't seen that for a while, and pretty much the last minute right here, 2 players blocked it, and later on, Ashby Hammond had rescued us with the 3-point with the last minute save, and we made it 2-1 in that game, looking very good. And again, playing against Leyton Orient, which we battered them 4-3 in the first game. And later on right here, I believe this is the last game of today's game as well. Again, conventional 4-4-2 formation. And I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, why are you sticking with Mora? Mora's only 55 rated, and why am I still playing him? Well, the thing is, he has a higher ceiling than any of the players in the squad, or in terms of the central defensive midfielder area. And this play by Butler, it was very poor play in general. I thought he got there, but instead he was way too late with his challenge. I don't think he is the last man out there, but still, it is still a very reckless and dangerous challenge from behind. Clearly, there was no way he's getting the ball as well. Butler, it's pretty much why I really do want Elijah Spencer to be called up, because again, defensive wise, he's been mediocre, very mediocre, and at times very careless and casual about his defending, and we actually conceded a few goals from his end a lot of times. But this is why we need Elijah Spencer in the squad. I don't know how good Elijah Spencer can be, but based on the stats, he can be very, very good. Which means Dan Butler will pretty much... Is it Dan Butler? I don't know his first name, by the way. Butler will pretty much be heading out of the door once Elijah Spencer is coming on right here, which kind of forced us to play with 10 men right now. But at times, we felt like, even though we'd be chasing a lot of times, I felt like we are almost getting there at times, right? And then out of nowhere, things were looking good. Defensively, we were okay. And offensively, we've been actually doing pretty good than I thought it would be. And somehow a free kick hitting the post, ricocheted off the post, back to the Leyton Orient player and scoring open net. Later on, Ashby Hammond couldn't really push the ball out far enough. I think at this point, you knew just gonna end. You knew the game has ended after the red card, or even after scoring the free kick goal. And I thought, you know what, that's pretty much it. I can't really focusing on anything else in this game, so I decided to just let it go towards the end, asking the goalkeeper to come out. So looking at the contract situation, a lot of players, the contract is coming to an end. But right now we only have $1 million to spend. I really don't quite really want to buy McNeil at the moment. I just don't think it's necessary. I would rather buy O'Neal towards the end of the season, but actually I'm not quite sure yet. I don't know the price tag for him. Might be if it's cheap enough, I might do that. So 3 players going to have their contract extended. So Liss is one of them. Louis Thompson is one of them, and also Dan Sweeney is another one of them. So 3 of them have the contract extended. I think at the moment I don't have really any other plans for other players at the moment. I think next season our squad could be looking a little bit too thin, so that's why hopefully the January transfer window might help us to sign a couple players. And in addition to that, and I hope that Youth Academy report, some of the youngsters are ready to play and fight for the team. So that is it for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in a bit.